Welcome to PAREV TV. Joining us are two of the talented cast members of Meet the Cartozians. They are Rafi Barsumian and Tamara Sevuns. Thank you
Right.
both for being with us today. For those who do not know, Meet the Cartozians is a new play written by Tallinn Moynihan and directed by Tony Award winner David Cromer. Interestingly enough, this is based on a true story. It's a case, 1925 court case, where an Armenian, Tatyos Cartozian, had to prove that he is white to
Mhm.
become a citizen of this country. As amazing as it sounds, naturalization laws at the time limited American citizenship to people who were either white or black. Rafi, Tamar, obviously we have come a long way. Rafi, how does it feel to be part of this show, this play? What can you tell us about your amazing experience?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been, working on this play for almost 2 years now as Tallinn has been developing it. So I've gone through several drafts of it or read it as she's been writing it and developing it. So I've kind of seen the journey of it, its evolution. And it's been a great pleasure. I think the particular point of pride for myself, as well as I'm sure Tama, not to speak for her, but is that we're telling an Armenian story. We're bringing an Armenian story to the New York stage, where people will hear Armenian spoken on stage, which almost never happens. And it's a very moving story. Obviously, yes, as you said, it's a true story. The court case is a true story, and that's was sort of the launching pad for Tallinn in writing the story. Obviously, we have fictionalized the historical facts around the family, dramatized them. But yes, as you said, it charts sort of the journey of the Armenian American experience, how that court case sort of shaped where we've ended up today.
Mhm.
Tamara, how does it feel to be amidst such a talented cast of actors? Andrea Martin, Rafi Barsumian, you, and the other.
Well, you said it. They're incredibly talented. So, I mean, every day is a gift, a learning experience. I'm in awe that I get to be in the room with these geniuses,
That's very sweet.
this one included.
We're mostly all in awe of Andrea Martin.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Um, yeah, I mean, this is such an extraordinary experience. The fact that it's happening, period, is fantastic and you know moving. I think it's a strange time to be doing theater. The fact that this is the story we get to tell in this moment is
Mm,
really nothing short of extraordinary.
yeah, I
So.
agree.
People don't realize, as Rafi just told me, it has been a project that's been moving, developing over the past 2 years. People think we go to the theater, we see the actors on stage. This is
Yeah,
it. But
I,
it's amazing. And
yeah.
and the fact that you have rehearsals, Rafi, you told me the other day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Such a neat. Give us a schedule of what is it like to prepare for this show.
Well, yes, I mean it's a serious theater. It's a serious New York theater, and they're putting a lot of resources into it to pull together a really powerful production. So yeah, we're trying to put the time in. It's a big play, it's almost two plays in one, in the sense that we you will experience two different time periods.
mhm.
The 1924 when we're exploring the court case, and then present day. So there's a lot of material, and so we require the 10 to 6 rehearsal time just to get our heads around it all. Obviously, it takes we rehearse for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then we'll be in previews very shortly at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Give me an idea what it means. Opening is October 29th, and then opening official is November 17th. Explain to me how does it work?
So for processes like these, there's previews that how the show begins. It's a period during which we will still be in rehearsals during the day, and then we will be performing in the evening. And it's a process in which, in front of an audience, we still have an opportunity to sort of mold the play into its final shape. And it gets like a what we call in the industry a freeze at a certain date, and from that point on, the director is no longer allowed to change the blocking unless it goes through proper channels, and then it becomes the actor's show from that point on.
Yeah, the preview period is kind of essential for us to learn how the play is landing with audiences, what story points need to be nudged, moved, how if that moment isn't working, how can we make it work? So it's actually a really critical period to sort of further develop the show. And then once we open on November 17th, then that's the show. That's the final version of the show.
How much of the history did you know of this Tatios Cartozian, that people could not be citizens unless they were white or black? That's like beyond.
It's an insane kind of thing to grapple with, that we went through that period where they were rejiggering what it means to be who can have citizenship in this country. I mean, it speaks to the current moment. We're certainly in that sort of tumult with immigration at the moment, so I think it speaks to that. But I actually had almost no knowledge of it before Tallinn told me about the case.
Yeah, I didn't know either. The first time I heard about it was when I first read the play 2 years ago, or a year ago, and so it was a discovery.
Yeah, I know it's like I've mentioned it to fellow Armenians as I've been developing it, and people be like, "Oh yeah, I think I have heard of it," or some people like really know about it. But I think it's sort of slipped into sort of our memory, our distant memory. But it feels very of the moment right now to revisit it.
Yeah, it's also such a huge part, I think, we take it for granted now, but it's such a huge part of the Armenian American experience.
Yeah.
And what it means to be Armenian in America. It's sort of like a foundational pillar.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
At
lot.
least that's the case Tallinn makes in the play,
Yes.
which I think is a good one.
There's a lot Armenians have to know about their history in this country, but this was a really great surprise, and it's unbelievable that only white and black could be citizens of the country.
Yeah.
That's beyond me. Tamara, when is the play? Where is the play? Give us some idea.
Where is it? Well, it's set so that the play takes place in 2 acts. Is that what you're asking, or where?
Or where the production is?
No, where will the November 17th take place?
So we will, the second stage is producing the show on their off-Broadway stage, which is at the Signature, at the Irene Diamond stage at the Signature Center, here in the Theater District.
Previews will begin October 29th, and our official opening is November 17th.
But you can buy tickets starting October.
Yeah.
You can buy tickets now.
You should buy tickets now.
and we'll run until December 7th.
Yes.
Currently.
Rafi and Tamara, I have to say the publicity was great. Whoever is in charge of publicity did a good job. But how do you see the response of the community, or from the Armenian community, or the community in general? Is there any way you can measure that?
It's hard to tell, but so I've been going to a lot of events, AGBUYP, at St. Vartan's, and the people I speak to, they either have already received targeted ads on their Instagram and their social media, and they get excited. It happened a couple of times. I was at the AGBU Young Professionals event, and I was handing out our little flyers, and
there you go.
They're like, "Oh, we know," and I was like, "Look, that's me. Come and see the show."
Yeah, I mean, everyone I've told has been really excited about it, but I think we're excited to see what the response will be. We're hoping that a lot of the Armenian community out here, New Jersey, we know there's plenty, and the New York Armenian community will come out and support it. I think they'll have a really good time just experiencing Armenians on stage, or the Armenian language, the Armenian story.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was said that this play is, the cast is almost all Armenians, even the set designer, Tatiana Kahvejan from Brazil, I think. Tell us that experience.
Yeah, there's 8 or 9 Armenians in the production.
Really?
Yeah, there's 3 of us in the cast who are Armenian, and the non-Armenians are having to learn to speak Armenian. So that's a particular thrill.
And they're doing amazing.
They are doing great.
They're
really trying to honor the language.
it's so special to have people like take it on and give it so much respect and be so willing to learn it. It's really
it's a wonderful to be in a rehearsal room in New York City with this many Armenians. I'll tell you that.
Are you?
Tamara, you are originally from Quebec, from Montreal area. It's one of the best areas in the world, Quebec, Montreal, je me souviens. And you should be referred to as a linguist. You speak Armenian, Russian, Spanish, German, Italian. Is there anything you don't know? And also, you're a dancer, you are a singer, you are.
Well, I don't know if I'm a dancer.
She was teaching me some shuchbar the other day. So
Shuchbar. Well, that's the best dance, you know. And tell us how that environment helped you get to where you are.
I mean, listen, I'm very lucky. I grew up in a family of, immigrant Armenians from Yerevan, from Soviet Armenia, in a very artistic family that had huge respect for the arts. And so always supported in my artistic endeavors. I did not turn into a lawyer or a doctor.
Shame on you.
Or an accountant, but
Rafi, your chemistry is great between you two. Rafi, give us an idea. Rafi, give us an idea of your background, just quick.
Sure. But my family's from Beirut. I was born there, and then they settled in Los Angeles, and that's where I grew up in the Armenian community in Los Angeles. They're actually artists themselves. They run a nonprofit arts organization called the Lark Musical Society out in Glendale, which does a lot of classical music, Armenian folk music, and educates a lot of the Armenian youth. It's a great little community hub that I grew up in, and that continues its work today. So that's my background, and then that's how I sort of came into the arts. And yeah.
You know very well, I'm sure you definitely know, that there has been many attempts on the off-Broadway show with Armenian flavor in it. And hopefully this will take us to the next step on a Broadway show. Give us an idea. What do you think about that? It's about time we made that move.
It would be great, and I'll be honest. I think the proof will be in the pudding. If the Armenians show up and the theater sees that there is a hunger for this kind of story, forgive the siren in the background, but if the theater sees that there's hunger for this kind of story, maybe that will be in the future. I think that would be wonderful.
Yes.
Rafi եւ Tamara հայրեն լավ խոսիկ։ Հայրենով փագեք այս վերջին գեդը, որ հիշեցիր, թե եթե հայերը մասնակցի ներգա գտնվին եւ օգնեն մեզի հավանաբար կարողանանք հաջորդ գիծի անցնել։ Հայերենով արդայդվի։
Ես սկզբից կասեմ, որ ես արևելահայերեն եմ խոսում։
Անշուշտ։
Ես կարծում եմ, որ եթե հայությունը, հայ մարդիկ գան, տեսնեն, մեր հանդիսատեսը, եթե մեր գա լծվի եւ ցույց տա ինչ կանայինք ուզում, այս տեսնի, Իրան տեսնի, այդ ամենակարևոր բանն է, ես կարծում եմ, եթե բոլորը ոնց որ թե էներգիա զգան, որ հավես կա։
Մենք ագարձում միան մեր մեծ ուրախությունը պիտի լա ասիգա ուրիշ հայերու հետ գարնալ ցցնել ես այսինքն կսպասեմ որ այդ հայերը որքան նստած են թատրոնի մեջ իրենց լեզուն լսեն ադիգա մեծ ուրախություն է ինձ համար եւ ադոր կսպասենք որ գարձում
Շատ իմաստուն խոսքեր են ծերորածը փագման խոսք ունիք անգլերենով թե կամ հայերենով Ինչմա
Just for your audience to know that we are really excited to share this with them. We hope you'll come out. We'll hope you show up, and support these Armenian artists, including ourselves that are working on this show. Not just because we're Armenian, but because it's a worthy story. And there's some really terrific performers in the show, and the play is beautifully written. So I think you guys will have a great night.
It is. I think for me, if I can, as my parting sort of message, my big fat Greek wedding was like, for the Greeks, what I think Meet the Cartozian will be for the Armenians. So, I'm just very excited to share this with everyone.
Yeah.
You can get your tickets at 2st.com. So if you look up Second Stage, if you look up Meet the Cartozians, it'll come up. And
Yeah, see
yeah.
you there.
See you there. Come and see us after the show. Stick around.
Yeah, we'd love to say hi.
We'll love to say hi.
Rafi and Tamar, I know you're very busy. You have to run to rehearsal, and I thank you for giving us this time. Hopefully, you will make it to every stage in life you can dream of. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Tack,
Vartan.
Artsy.
Ciao, Chinragani.
Be good.
Gotcha.